computer's lagging. It's one of those mornings. Am I wide-eyed? I had to catch up on sleep. Or at least that's what they say. Let's go for catacombs. Should I talk as if nothing happens? The water room. Yeah, talk as if nothing happens. Act like this is my audition role. Where are these guys at? I remember I died to dust devils a bunch. The first time I went to him, I died of them. It's okay. That is A-okay. An ancient power prevents you from setting up a candle here. Are these guys ranged? I forget. Alright, so we're acting as if we're acting like if we can't pull the Bible out at any second. We're acting as if it's not almost already a symbol for America. You know, acting. That's what we're doing. Actors. We're good, great, American-born actors. Great actors. If you're here with me acting, that's quite the investment. You know, some people, well, let's not call them out. We'll keep them as examples, right? They're better off still displaying on what they display, you know? Let's not take them off their display. This morning, though, geez, I was acting again. Acting as if. Acting as if I love wasting time. I could have talked about this a lot more, a lot different. But it's 5:23, you know. Um, I at least wanted to record something before it's so hot and miserable that I'm not wanting to. Um, we're past the cliff. Getting past the cliff like this is scarier than shit. If, if you want to give life to a little fucking demonic spirit that doesn't actually have a physical, then you're a motherfucking wannabe of a motherfucking human. Get the motherfucking fuck out. Go the motherfucking fuck way back to wherever the motherfucker you fucking came from. See ya. Be gone. I don't care if the fucking spirits fucking overran you. Fucking goddamn blessed if you didn't have enough fucking strength in your fucking soul to fucking keep that fucking real. I said, you're gone. Let me take another dab to try and simulate the battle that you potentially may have. I mean, God bless you if you've given up to a goddamn random non-physical spirit, right? God bless you. God bless you. If God only had half that much hope. If God only had like a quarter of that much strength. I mean, it does seem like you fractionalized it out. Like, damn. Ooh, look at that. Instead of a dust devil, a choke devil spawned. This guy looks like he has balls for a head. Oh, I'm over here dying. Oh, I died. Did they cast magic or did they cast range? I think they cast magic. I had range protection on. Yeah, it was the balls that got me. I mean, you could say it looks like a giant brain, but I mean, they look just like giant veins. Again, we're playing like if we don't know, right? So that's just like the first time running into that bad boy. You know, we didn't know exactly what to expect. Ball hypnosis is not something we're used to. Does he despawn when we die? Oh, that's a shame. Dang, that sucks. That really sucks. Dang. That's bad. Alright, so magic I think we're protecting against now. Dang, I can't believe we lost that. What was it, a choke devil? Yeah. We're acting as if we don't know, right? Looks like we got hit by a magic. So I don't know what... Is it back to range protection? With ranged based melee, meaning high defense, or the protect from... So meleeers? This guy's melee? With ranged based melee, protect from melee. I guess we're protected from melee the whole time, huh? I remember without the face mask, they wreck you. But we have the Slayer mask on, the Slayer helm. We're protected against that this time. That's the power of the language. Choke devil. God bless. I mean, you set it up like a maze, right? But then you have to swap stances, or you're gonna be playing those up games, you know, where you just keep going up. But when you fall, you go back to like the last place that you land. And if you don't have a good stance, you know, if you're not swapping, you know, if you're being stagnant, I guess you could say, that maze is gonna trip you up. Like you're gonna be known as a rat. Just trying to get the cheese. You know what I'm saying? So like today, this morning, we're playing like nonchalant, like MIA. Whoever is in here isn't here right now. They're back there. If you get that. Like whoever's here right now is just, this is just normal, you know? So if you, I don't want to hate to bring it up, if you say like, looks like we already see some sort of mental delusion. That is after the testing really started to go full-fledged, you know? But not my testing, you know. I've just been like, I've been here. Like this has been, it's just another day. Like let me just say, it's a nonchalant, like just me day, I guess. It's just another this is how I am day, I guess. But again, this is after the testing, not my testing. Although I started doing my own testing, mental, you know, mental health, like. Again, this is just a normal. This is me, I guess, day. There was some stuff that my brain's already getting so clouded and fogged that the cycle of going back to the point that I wanted to be on is already gone, and it tried to pop its head back up, but it's like, what's the point, you know? It's just another day just being me, nonchalant, me, normal, you know? Yeah, basically, you know? Yeah, there was some stuff that I wanted to say, but honestly, I've been getting to the point in my mind where my theory is so concrete that it's like, okay, I get that you're just able to, it is what it is. I might get dementia or Alzheimer's from this. And then when your talk take toes and your lip dop does looks into my fucking shit and you're like, whoa, look at that mandindolamblaz and look at the longandadas and the technosiously ain't wanga. But those fucking wires sure were unwrapped and fucking re-fucking woven like fucking clang. I want nothing to do with your lapidolamentatigues. I want nothing to do with your strolling lapidindupatulters. I want nothing to do with your talitapinenoplatigues. I want nothing to do with the lamping and stopping and starting that stash. I think what you need to be is actually in the physical and not in the shadows again. I think what you need to be is actually true to yourself instead of being fake in front of everyone. That's right again. Go back to me. Go back to normal. Go back to not saying anything. That other side of me keeps wanting to break out again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why'd you wake up? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I mean, honestly, I'm ready to go spectator. You know what I'm saying? Alright, time to go spectator, guys. This nonchalant side of me is gonna go to sleep. Whoever is taking over the vehicle is going for the ride of its lifetime, I guess. I don't know. Latin Dukeles and Lamanectors. Lapidintas. Lapidintas. I think the mosquitoes are already here. Shiz. Dang, they're quick. It may have been, I'm not 100% sure. You know what I think? I think you're bluffing it. And me like peeking under like that of my invisible I'm not seeing anything, but my imagination is becoming so real. I'm seeing what's there, but it's invisible, but what's there is so real. I just got to keep checking that invisible hand that I have. Like, I'm being 100% honest. When I'm looking under there, there's nothing, but my imagination is seeing what I'm wanting to see, and it's like, I know I'm not the one bluffing. I mean, I mean, um, uh, Darling, not minute and Johnny doctors. Latin is it's dominant doctors. Latin is dominant and doctor. Hey, do you want to learn some new languages? Hey, 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 over there. Hey. I'm showing you how it used to be done in the old days. I said, hey. Thinking like, I was over there in the theory again. Remember, nonchalant, normal me. I'm just back in the mind listening, not saying anything. Somehow I'm having these grand conversations, yet I know how the mind should work. Uh, Yet I know how the mind's supposed to be. And I'm having these grand orchestra like meetings. But again, that is after learning apparently how the mind should be. If I'm just sitting back in a whole different world, and this is the world that's like my map, like this is the table, like this is the meeting. Like the aliens have been here, we just having a conversation on the side, not really spectating life anymore. Well, this life. Like using it how it should be, right? Like it's a little teleporter, like a little time machine. Vroom vroom, get up and go. I don't know what else you could say. Anyone? And no one in the box. So okay, it's like what are some of the laws? Objects in motion stay in motion. So me peeking down here, I'm starting a nice, good little cycle there. You get that? Just looking at my hand. That's a huge object. Um, that's a lot of motion. Like so, when I take off my glasses, you get that? But I'm still pushing that up. The mind, me setting that into motion, it's a lot harder to stop than just going full cycle with it. Even though I like halfway through the cycle, I know my glasses aren't there. Like that's a lot of pushing a lot here, picking things up and putting them down, like the tectonic plates I was talking about. Benching them with the mind again, like going to the dark side of the moon. I mean, you're not gonna want to see what's back there unless you want to like go back to worse than a flat and round world. At least what I saw was back there. I'm not gonna keep repeating that because I want to see what's behind it. What's behind it? Let me see. Like it's. This is nonchalant me again, right? Ay, ay, ay. I pretty much got off. As soon as I got off last night, I got off. I was done. Like, what the heck? In food stamps denied? What the heck? While you're suing me? You know that ain't right. I mean, the government isn't suing me. I started paying back some of those student loans. Our student loans aren't federal, are they? How does that work? I just know the student loans. Although when I worked at collection here the second time, you know, there were student loans that they were collecting. And with that, you know, comes settlements. So I didn't know too much about that. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, did we just get an ancient shard? Nice. Um, I think we need a lot of these, right? For something? For the Emberlight? Do you need 50 of them for the Emberlight? How does that work? Or is that the charge? You need them for charges for the arc light. How does that work? I think it was the charges. So yeah, I was just done. Like, I got the shadows messing around with me, mental health in that aspect of life, but can't even get some food stamps because I got fired. I mean, I had the job, I kept it. It was good and gravy. And honestly, like, they didn't even need to fire me. Like, honestly, them firing me, like that shows a lot. That shows a lot. Plus, I was seeing playing Hot Magical Hot Potato on the keys. Plus, I was seeing that. Like, that, it really shows a lot. It really shows a lot. Hot potato, hot keys. Don't cross them lines, everybody. This is just nonchalant. This is if you think you can if you think you can hire me on a job just to have me back in the set again, if you think you can spawn me again, thinking that, oh well, he's here again, hush, just listen. If you think you can take my mind and think I'm gonna be fine and relax, if you think you can spawn me again, oh, just listen. I mean, if you think you can go back and then come back here and then say, just listen. They've been for a long time, everybody. And if you think you can say that you're that old, I mean, they were good, right? I said, like, might as well start practicing some of these guys. If you think you can get it to echo in your mind, just have that as like the first layer, honestly. I mean, you're not gonna want to snap those out on someone. But like, if they're fun, then they're fun, you know. Like, if you think you can give me this full package of emotions and then say I'm in a mental delusion, yoo-hoo, hello. I mean, salt, pepper, sugar cigarette, randomly injecting me while I'm just walking. I mean, yoo-hoo. Some ugg thanky dung or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, some ugg thanky dung. The kebabs just dropped, and I was thinking about what is the name of that poop. I got the pre stuff. I got the pre stuff, so I never had to go back to that camel. But the name of it, now I'm seeing it again. It came back. I mean, honestly, if you think you can just be a shadow the whole time while I'm seeing what happened, I mean, if you think you can just say NPCs, just wait. They gotta get their DLC. Rock-a-doodle-doo. If you think you can just use the technology and rock me back to bed, that's not how waking up works, stupid. Alright, maybe I went too far with that one. Like, you know, that's like the, if you think you can, but like, you know, it's about how far you want to draw back. uh, I mean, there was the, on some of the, that's like going back to the apartment. And I was doing that to the radio. I'm like a dork. But that's good practice, you know. If you think you can just jump right in without practicing, well, that's like the best kind of that's like it's like the best kind, isn't it? If you think you can just take knowledge away just to spectate, like, hold on, it's our turn to level to be an alien. If you think you can just make that gap, you better look all the way back. I mean, I'm serious. If you think you can just say, "Oh, it's our turn to be an alien," but not feel that technology still around, like, what did I explain carving out again? If you think you can just use that, and you're a little bit behind, yes. But that stuff is still in the air, is what I'm saying. So if you think you can just say you're behind, then you think then if you think you can just play in those shadows the whole time. Here, let me take another dab. Maybe I need to get on your level. If you think you can just remove your high and then say the marijuana's making you this way. And what I say, like, remove your high, is just being so blasted that, you know, this would confuse you. Like, you're back with the, I got my alcohol if I ever need a little bit, and honestly, I don't tell anyone, but just in case, I keep the vape underneath the pillowcase. Like, if you go back to that, you're that high. Like, I don't want the weed to ruin my, I don't want the, or if you're just like, I'm so sober, I'm just blissed. You know, though, I mean, time and place for it, right? There's a time and place for it. But then I'm like, if you think you can just say that and then compare, you must be doing it to get high over there. If you think you can just, if you think you can just, how many movies have been made? If you think you can just, I mean, honestly, it's good, right? Like, this is the kind of track that they need to have playing in the mind. I mean, these are the affirmations that I was talking about over back in the apartments. I mean, they're quite the strong affirmations. Because I'm also comparing myself. So, like the mosquito, 2 of them. Wow. Wow, I didn't get not one. There was definitely 2 mosquitoes, though. Definitely, 100%. Without a doubt in my mind. They were so aggressive, they were mosquito-like. And they were big. They were coming from the right. I see them again. They're down low. Jump on the chair. That's what I'm overdoing that in the shadow layer. Like my mind's so alive, I'm already on the chair, guys. But I gotta refocus down to the like sitting self, the sitting me, the nonchalant that everyone. Well, maybe not everyone. Holy smokes! You know, I started thinking about this. Wait a second. I mean, because they do feel like in separate worlds, parallel. It seems. Thinking like, holy me's up in the sky already. And then I can come back to nonchalant me, just right now in self. I was talking about like technically I'm falling off the shelf, falling off the table, falling off of. I mean the chair is not even here. It's here, but like especially like it only like if I take a look over the shoulder, like what's behind. Like I know what's under me, but that's like being on a ride. I'm so 100% serious too. Like come on. Dang, those mosquitoes got me good. Fudge. Dang. Dang. And they're gonna be back too. They're so thirsty. Like, how does that even work? Like, you got some of me. Now go produce quickly. Go feed something. You don't need a full bag. I'm 100% serious. And don't say delirious either. This is nonchalant me again, right? How far do I need to regress in the mind? And that's just me doing that too, right? That's no help. That's no like just laying some information down and then seeing what pops up. You know, that's some real interesting talking about experimenting stuff. Yeah, time open lot me up in that show no Mesulu lamine ishla kan ula amine la amine la ani ula amine la amine la an aknu la amine an anchula ula oma nu ala amine ula amine manas chala ala ula abakan ula amine kula amine kanas chala ula ala amine kadula amine amine kaders chala ula amine la amine kadas. I mean hula hula amine kadula amine. You better watch out. My hands are going. You know, I've always been scared. I've been scared of my mosquitoes because they have that needle. So I don't want to like reach out and like and then get poked by the needle. Like if I slap him on the skin and his needle's already in there, then it is what it is, sort of thing. But I wouldn't. I mean, I've always been scared of reaching out, grabbing them things, like and then feeling that. Yikes! It would be like sleeping on a fiberglass rug that I didn't realize was fiberglass. Not sleeping on it, but laying on it. Yikes! That thing was rough. That was worse than the cactus, I have to admit. And that happened in this house. Yikes, fiberglass. Yeah. Yo, that stuff ain't right, yo. That stuff is not right, yo. Just poke you for days. I mean, even when you think you got it out, what does it do? Like the skin eventually pushes it out. What happens? God bless you. Consume it. a wholly connected quantum cord right now. It's like, oh yeah, I got the recipe, AI. What do you think about doing this in this life? And now that we're at to the 7, we're past the 7. This is the 8th layer of our dip. Oh my gosh. Ay, ay, ay. And then talking about Bob's Buds, or Buds Bobs, Bob's Buds, Bob's Buds. Yo, get out of here, mosquito. Yo, you gotta go. Mosquito? Honestly, yo. Oh, there they are, both of them. Yeah. Yo, they are. God bless. Let me put on my 8th layer at least. Let me fully realize. I don't even know the time, like, fudge. They always get me in the intermission, like the in-between, like the fudge. Like the when my guard's down. And then like when I'm worried about them, looking at them, like I got them that one time. Like, remember when I was tracking them days ago, weeks maybe. Weeks maybe. I need a water rim. You know what I'm saying though, right? Like, how long can I last out here? Believe me, the mosquito bites don't help you stay awake. So if like thinking like, well, maybe just, you know, use them beneficially, you know, the mosquitoes, have them help you stay awake. I have a lot of mosquito bites on my body as it is. I don't need more to help out. On something that's clearly not working. Clearly, it's not working. Maybe I need to start like a windmill cycle. Like the left hand is always rubbing the leg, and the right one just goes crazy. Just every so often. Because it's on the mouse, but it has to just go wild every so often. I mean, the left hand's already buzzing. It's already rubbed the leg enough. Does that one have to go wild as well? I think so. Yeah, just to kind of like get rid of those tingles just for that brief second. This is just nonchalant me again. That it is what it is. You win some, you lose some, and for me, it's all the time. That one's self-explanatory, I think. I don't need to go into details, in depth. They tried to go in for the hand landing, and that's where the second one, because it was a left hand land. But that's the next spot. When I'm rubbing the whole leg, then the hand becomes still, if that makes sense. Dang these layers. Dang it. That's just, is that the left look with the right look? Just real quick, like crossing the street. Yeah, honestly, I'm at a loss for what to do. But I know there's 2 mosquitoes out here. Are they on the left one? And then I don't want to trip. Not my left one, my right one. My right leg is doing weird things. It's self-protecting itself potentially. It feels left out, so it's producing its own stuff over there. Who knows? I see Mr. Fly. The fly also wants in. The fly is like they're like the middle high ground, or it's either a middle high ground or a middle low ground, whatever you want to pick. I would say that's the fly. Like, cause I mean, it's so innocent, you know. But then, like, after science, it like tracks in all of what it tracks in. And if you let that on you for too long, you start thinking about that, and like you're speaking with that, you know. Like when you taste something, you smell it. But like you smelt it through the air, you know what I mean? The flies. So like I said, either like the middle high ground or the middle low ground, because they're so innocent. Like they teach you not every flying thing like a mosquito that lands on you. You need to just freak out. Not like you need to freak out with mosquitoes either, but dang, I'm allergic to them. Dang, them bites get me freaking itchy and welted, and dang, they just keep coming back like a feast that's free for them. Do I read some of the Bible? Well, going through that, I forgot what place we were even at, but then realizing once I got to that part again with was it Isaiah? Again, I've never read this, but hey. Yo, dude. You, dude. Did you see that? I'm watching. Yeah, both of you. You too. Go. I mean, geez, I don't think he was trying to go for the face. That's messed up. And he got me on both sides. I think I got one over here. But this one, I didn't really talk about it. I couldn't tell if it was on this side. But I definitely got one on this side. I didn't want to shave. That's messed up. I think it's pretty much gone away. It wasn't. It's not. It wasn't right here, but this is something else. Just feeling it, making sure. It's probably like a little scab at this point. Maybe. Some of them do, some of them don't. It all depends. I mean, I'm just thinking about shaving that right now. It's like, I might as well just be nonchalant me. Act as if I'm new. Act as if the planet changed today. Again. Ay. Take another dab, I guess. I mean, honestly, seriously. Just sit back and watch. We're in the shoot. I don't know. And then what Manek does. I don't know. And the hulu laba does. Aww. Did I just happen to go through some really lucid dreams? Aww. What does that mean? I mean, honestly, I level up quick, I guess. I mean, it's not talking about, like, let's not talk about leveling up, but talk about bringing that stuff with me. Hey, thanks for that. Yep. My consciousness loved that. I was sipping on it the whole time, just spectating it. I mean, dang, our mosquitoes got me good. I need to throw some pants on. Do I really need to? Yikes. Alright, properly prop up yourself in the prayer. And then I'll be back. Dust devils are not aggressive, by the way. At least not here. Yeah, are you pissed that I was gone? Yeah, I touched you, sucker. You should go. You should leave. You should leave. If that didn't kill them already, I mean, they're pretty fragile. I mean, well, there you are. If that's the same one. Alright, enter into the game. Hey. I mean, in the face space. Go. I wonder what it takes. Like, how fragile those mosquitoes are. Or if, like, when they're alive, you know, they kind of, like, just go with their body. Who knows? Almost, dude. I mean, I'm less mad if they get me on the pant. Like, if they get me on the pant, they sort of deserve that, I guess. I mean, not like the pant really protects that much. I don't know how long their needle is. But you know what I mean, right? Oh, we got 67 more of these dust devils. Hilarious, 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 hilarious. All the things, all the things, all the things. It's Friday, right? And I still haven't done laundry. God bless. Laundry in the sink. I've never done laundry in the sink. Laundry at the laundromat. Laundry with my dad. Or take it to the lake. That would be natural, of course. I mean, they're quick. Jeez, you testing? Go away. I don't want to have to do you like that. I mean, I think it's about time to read you off. And clearly the influence is upon us again. The females, some of them have lost their ways. Is that a bad thing? Is that a good thing? Who knows? You know, hopefully the good wins in the end, right? That's all I can hope for. Alright, let's take a quick read. This people honors me with their lips, but their heart is far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching as doctrines the commandments of men. Maybe we didn't read this. Honestly, we're here now. You leave the commandments of God and hold to the tradition of men? And he said to them, you have a fine way of rejecting the commandment of God in order to establish your tradition. For Moses said, honor your father and your mother, and whoever revels father or mother must surely die. But you say, maybe we did read this, okay. But you say, I mean, it's very strong here. This is some strong stuff. You gotta let it steep a little bit. But you say, if a man tells his father or his mother, whatever you would have gained from me is Corban, that is given to God. Does that ever... No, it's not something that definition wise. Okay, so it is exactly what it says. Alright, you gotta go, dude. That wasn't cool. That was a long time. I'm not just a pull-up station. They're getting. I gotta kick the legs of something. Disappear. I put the book here. The Bible. Are people, do they refer to that differently? How does that work? We definitely read that because that was the second time I'd seen that before. Then you no longer permit him to do anything for his father or mother, thus making void the word of God by your tradition that you have handed down. That you have handed down, and many such things you do. What defiles a person? And he called the people to him again and said to them, hear me, all of you, and understand. There is nothing outside a person that by going into him can defile him, but the things that come out of a person are what defile him. And when he entered the house and left the people, his disciples asked him about the parable. And he said to them, then are you also without understanding? Do you not see that whatever goes into a person from outside cannot defile him, since it enters not his heart, but his stomach, and is expelled? Thus he declared all foods clean. And he said, what comes out of a person is what defiles him, for from within, out of the heart of man, come evil thoughts, sexual immorality, theft, murder, adultery, coveting, wickedness, deceit, sensuality, envy, slander, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within, and they defile a person. Got it. Oh, that makes sense. I mean, that's what I've been thinking. God bless. The Syro-Phoenician. What's Syro though? Phoenician. Nation. Jeez. go. I mean, obviously you're getting some free sucks. Why are you trolling me with them? I mean, fudge, like when they land like right there, like come on, go with the leg or something. They're pissed I kicked them up probably. Go into your home like a troll. Syrian and Phoenician descent. The Syro-Phoenician. There's the Syro-Phoenician woman's faith. And from there he arose and went away to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And he entered a house and did not want anyone to know. Yet he could not be hidden. But immediately a woman whose little daughter had an unclean spirit heard of him, and came and fell down at his feet. Now the woman was a Gentile, a Syrophoenician by birth, and she begged him to cast the demon out of her daughter. And he said to her, "Let the children be fed first, for it is not right to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs." But she answered him, "Yes, Lord, yet even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." And he said to her, "For this statement you may go your way. The demon has left your daughter." And she went home and found the child lying in bed and the demon gone. Jesus heals a deaf man. We can go back and a Syrophoenician by birth, and she begged him to cast the demon out of her daughter. And he said to her, "Let the children be fed first, for it is not right to take the children's bread and throw it to the dogs." But she answered him, "Yes, Lord, yet even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." And he said to her, "For this statement you may go your way. The demon has left your daughter." And she went home and found the child lying in bed and the demon gone. And Jesus heals a deaf man. I just wanted to reread that. I don't know, it was interesting. It was Syrophoenician woman, but the faith. Got it. And the daughter's demon. Is that about not punishing? And like just normally be normal about this. Demons come and go with faith, and they stay away. Satan's influence. God bless. What else do you want me to say? All right. Let's keep reading. Then he returned from the region of Tyre and went through Sidon and to the Sea of Galilee in the region of Decapolis. Decapolis? There's probably Decapolis, huh? Or Decapolis? Decapolis. I was scratching my, not my butt, but my elbow. Like, sometimes, like, you would, like, just sometimes. That was my elbow, though. Jeez. Roll it back. Roll it back, see what part of his body moved now. Ay, ay, ay. I had 39 more of these things. And they brought to him a man who's deaf and had a speech impediment. And they begged him to lay his hand on him. And taking him aside from the crowd privately, he put his fingers into his ears, and after spitting, touched his tongue, and looked up to heaven. He sighed and said to him, I don't know this name. Where are we again here? Ephatha? 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 Maybe? Epitha? Ep ep f f f p f f p f b h t f b h t f b t f b t f f f b t f b f f f f b t f b t Epitha? Epitha? That would be a whole different one though. F F F Epitha. That is, to be pronounced. Wow, I don't want to be a bit like this. At least 8 o'clock is when I'll cut this off, I guess. I mean, that's why I was out here at 5. But no, it was like, fudge. Last night it could have gone longer, but then it was like, fudge. Alright. That is, be opened. And his ears were opened, his tongue was released, and he spoke plainly. And Jesus charged them to tell no one. But the more he charged them, the more zealously they proclaimed it. And they were astonished beyond measure, saying, He has done all things well. He even makes the deaf hear and the mute speak. Jesus feeds the 4,000. This is Mark chapter 8. In those days, I don't think we ever read that, by the way. Do we stop there? Just one chapter? I do. Let's see. I mean, if we do chapter 8, chapter 9 already seems like it. Then we would have to. Do we stop chapter 10? Okay. Teaching about divorce. Chapter 10. Not to laugh, not to laugh. But coincidental things do happen, just like that. And when we need to pick things back up and remember pasts and history and learn not to, just to go about this. I have never read this, and we started here randomly. And I'm sure that maybe there is other titles talking about this as well. Titles to the start of the chapter. Is that what you do with the chapter normally? Alright. Let's continue here. Might as well. 2 more chapters to catch up on, then maybe we get to chapter 11. Who knows? Especially with the, like an hour 30 minutes at least. I mean, that's plenty of time, right? In those days, when again a great crowd had gathered, and they had nothing to eat, he called his disciples to him and said to them, I have compassion on the crowd, because they have been with me now 3 days and have nothing to eat. And if I send them away hungry to their homes, they will faint on the way. And some of them have come from far away. And his disciples answered him, How can one feed these people with bread here in this desolate place? And he asked them, How many loaves do you have? They said, Stephen. Stephen. God bless 7. Sorry, just replaying that out. Hey, God bless 7 loaves of bread. Ooh, I got it. I apologize. Sorry, I'm stupid in the mind. Oh my god. Okay. Hold on. No, that was actually that was me actually being dumb. Seriously. God bless. Get away from that. Alright, I'm good. How many loaves do you have? They said 7. And he directed the crowd to sit down on the ground. And he took the 7 loaves, and having given thanks, he broke them and gave them to his disciples to set before the people. And they said, and they set them before the crowd, and they had a few small fish. And having blessed them, he said that these also should be set before them. The fish, with the loaves. The 7 loaves. Alright, I'm good. And they ate and were satisfied. And they took up the broken pieces left over, 7 baskets full. And there were about 4,000 people, and he sent them away. And immediately he got into the boat with his disciples and went to the district of Dalman, Dalmanol, Dal, Dal, Dalaman, Dal, Dalmanu, Dalmanoltha, Dalmanoltha. I mean, I don't know what Dalmanol, Dalmanoth. I don't see Utha. Dalmanotha, Dalmanoltha, Dalmanotha, Dalmanoltha, Dalmanoltha. That's where they took to the thousands, 4,000s, to 7 baskets full. Right? That's what I'm seeing, at least. Alright, 16 left of these dust devils. The Pharisees demand a sign. The Pharisees came and began to argue with him, seeking from him a sign from heavens to test him. And he sighed deeply in his spirit and said, "Why does this generation seek a sign? Truly I say to you, no sign will be given to this generation." And he left them, got into the boat again, and went to the other side. And this is in the New Testament. No signs. I know, first time reading this, I mean, I love them. And to la hula manakaders, and to la hula mana and to chukula manakaders, and to la aminamla manakaders, lula manamanakado, lula manakaders, lula manakaders. Like, and then those. Just a few things. I mean, whoops. Hey, I'm back. This is just nonchalant me again. I was just going through a few shifts, a few phases. Some of them are a little bit too loud for 642. Hush. The leaven of the Pharisees and Herod. And Herod's the king, right? That beheaded. Was it John? For was it Herodian? Right? And Salomon, right? Is that what happened? Should we go back just to see a little bit? I mean, I think we already went back too much. Or was this? John the Baptist. Yeah. Because the marriage, is that right? That and Herodias. Did I say Herodian? That's what happened, right? All right. Alright, so the leaven of the Pharisees and Herod. Now they had forgotten to bring bread, and they had only one loaf with them in the boat. And he cautioned to them, saying, Watch out, beware of the leaven of the Pharisees and the leaven of Herod. And they began discussing with one another the fact that they had no bread. And Jesus, aware of this, said to them, Why are you discussing the fact that you have no bread? Do you not yet perceive or understand? Are your hearts hardened? Having eyes, do you not see? And having ears, do you not hear? And do you not remember? When I broke the 5 loaves for the 5,000, how many baskets full of broken pieces did you take up? They said to him, 12. And the 7 for the 4,000, how many baskets full of broken pieces did you take up? They said to him, 7. And he said to them, Do you not yet understand? All right, chapter 8, Mark. Jesus heals a blind man at Bethsaida. Last dust devil. This is verse 22. And they came to Bethsaida, and some people brought to him a blind man and begged him to touch him. And he took to the blind man by the hand and led him out the village. And when he had spit on his eyes and laid his hands on him, he asked him, Do you see anything? And he looked up and said, I see people, but they look like trees walking. Then Jesus laid his hands on his eyes again, and he opened his eyes. Then Jesus laid his hands on his eyes again, and he opened his eyes. His sight was restored, and saw everything clearly. And he sent him to his home, saying, Do not even enter the village. Peter confessed as Jesus as the Christ. And Jesus went on to his disciples to the villages of Caesarea Philippi. And on the way he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" And they told him, "John the Baptist, and others say Elijah, and others one of the prophets." And they told him, "John the Baptist, and others say Elijah, and others one of the prophets." And he asked them, "But who do you say that I am?" Peter answered him, "You are the Christ." And he strictly charged them to tell no one about him. Jesus foretells his death and resurrection. And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected by the elders and the chiefs and the chief priests and the scribes and be killed. And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected by the elders and the chief priests and the scribes and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. And he said this plainly: And Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him. But turning and seeing his disciples, he rebuked Peter and said, "Get behind me, Satan. For you are not setting your mind on the things of God, but on the things of man." And calling the crowd to him with his disciples, he said to them, "If anyone would come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me." For whoever would save his life will lose it. Somehow I didn't grab the whole cannon. That stinks. But whoever loses his life for my sake and the Gospels will save it. So if you're giving up your life for Satan, he's gonna take it. That influence, it seems maybe even that's just by that nature. If thinking about it like new diseases, different diseases that we haven't exactly completely studied. I mean, and that's even the hard thing to say, but not having certain things, it is what it is. From my studying alone, who knows? Again, who knows again? Who knows again? For whoever would save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake and the Gospel's will save it. Let's put on protect for melee and piety and get doing things. Trying to get these guys. Okay, here we go. By the cannon, you know what I'm saying? I was getting pulled away. For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? Talking about soul here again. Now, not much proof of this in this life, unless you proved it and you know it you know, technology-wise. I don't know what they can prove with technology. Oh. Are we that hungry? I wonder how much blood they're able to suck. Dang, if I had a fly swatter, I'd get you right now. I think you got me here. I can't see anything. It would be like around here if it is. When they first start, you know, before they actually like really manifest, I saw them flying away from that spot. It is what it is. So what, you know, uh, what was it again? For what does it profit a man to gain the whole world, yet forfeit his soul? For what can a man give in return for his soul? For whoever is ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation. For whoever is ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him will the Son of Man also be ashamed when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. It's this. It has to be. It's gotta be. I tuck myself better. Jeez. For whoever is ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him will the Son of Man also be ashamed when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. And he's chapter 9, right? Is that how that works? Did they just do that on us without anything? Chapter 8 ends like that and just goes into chapter 9 like this. That's when you start flipping it, right? Chapter 6 didn't do that. Is this like the war within? If you're at the war within, go back. This is like the pre-Goosebumps. If you think you can, look at that manifestation. It's quick, huh? Wow. You didn't think it was, but now look at it, compare it. If you think you can, just go back. Alright, let's put a little thing in here. still got a lot of time. If you think you can... I will put the whole book away. The whole Bible. The whole Holy Bible. I mean, that's interesting. That's what it did, right? Oof. Look at that thing. I gotta do it like this, right? I lost my nails, I clipped them. Like that. If X marks the spot, it's about there. I think I may be off, like, completely, though. What in the world is this? That one's pretty better. Ay. I mean, if you think you can just stay in bed all day, wake up. Holy smokes. There's another one. These are like older ones though. Like they're really big, you know? Like look at all those. I think that's elbow acne, but it's not. Trust. Those are all mosquitoes. I think it's elbow ac. Are those knees or no? God bless. It's a lot of loose skin. If you think you can just and then think like nothing happened, like here, let me be on the backtrack again. If you think you can just backtrack and then if you think you can just go on your way, I'm gonna live stream the whole time and be telling everybody. How does that work? I was always confused. Like what? Pipe it down the side. You know, like, cause being in like a water park, you know, you get that like, your imagination grows a little bit. I remember Wet and Wild. They had those rides that had the full enclosure. Ay. I wasn't old enough for them, but you know, seeing them, dang, viewing them, dang. Bring it back. I was under 300, but dang, I couldn't even ride the ride. I think I needed to be was it 260? I think I was like maybe 20 pounds heavier. Maybe. Like 260 was the limit. But like, dang. At what, Cowabunga? Cowabunga. Gosh. I mean, that was gnarly. It is what it is, though. But not too, like, I would have been fine. I would have been fine. Like, I would have been fine. Um, they do have those weight limits for a reason, though. But like putting an expiration date on a loaf of bread. just lube her up extra. Pump her up just a few. Take the soap in the soap pods in the pockets. I washed these. I just took these out of the washer. I didn't realize. No, I'm just joking. Don't do that. I've never done that. The only time that happened was at the public jacuzzi, but that was when I was young. I mean, you start seeing how dirty it is, you know, like when you're at the beach. Is that what they say? Or is that just Lake Mead? Hey, it's been clear these last few times. No bubbles, no nothing. There was this nice one, hold on. There was this nice, I don't know what it was. We were paddleboarding back this last time that we went. There was a ton of bubbles just popping up. Bloop, 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 bloop. I was thinking maybe it was like a whirlpool, like maybe potentially like a whirlpool. Because I tried circling back. I couldn't find the location though. I mean, I guess I could have hopped off and explored. I haven't felt that ominous present lurking in the background. What I did, it was because I didn't sleep that day we went to Lake Mead. So the whole before even getting into the water, I was having the mental fog. If I stand up, the shadow's gonna push you off. And once I'm in the water, start swimming back for the board. Because that ominous shadow and now in the water with you is going to be holding you down there. Go away, please. I mean, that was like it looked at me. That one formed the welt. Ooh, yeah, hey. Like, while it was still long. Go away. It's probably still the same too. Think they're cycling out? Maybe. I mean, they've been at it for a little while now. Alright, we're gonna get this Slayer thing done and then pull out the Bible again. Read chapter 9 of Mark. Interesting how math works there again. That's just by coincidence. I'll say, you know, again, because I don't want to start, you know, like connecting the dots, like I said. And it's a good thing I'm recording this. You know, you get my honest first time Unbiased review. Honest to God, first time too. I mean, you know, it's been in the hotels. You know, when you go, it's normally in the hotels. I've looked at it. I've picked it up, flipped to the pages, and actually read it. No. It would have been like once, twice. I didn't know what chapter, didn't know what place. Didn't know if it was new or old. Didn't know who made it. I honestly don't even know who made this one. Crossway makes them. And now, is that like a standard print? How does that work? It's the English standard version. I wonder. I don't know. I don't know. Alright, we got the last ones here. Let's pick this up and go. We pretty much did the last dab. I'm hungry already, I'll be so honest. But like being hungry in breakfast time, you just gotta get past that. Because like after breakfast it's lunch. And then after lunch, look, dang, look at that one. Ooh, that one bites. Oh no. Wow. Black Demons, let's go, let's get them. Taverley Dungeon. Alright, we'll go to the Enclave first. I'm ready to learn new languages, let's go. My mind is already nice and set. It's nice and pliable. Isn't life just so weird? Yellow watning is just not many stars. Falador Dungeon. Don't forget. Should I bring stamina? I feel like I should, huh? Just in case, you know. I like to run. Um, 62%. Level 87 to 88 strength. We can take the Blue Dragon agility course. And then go. We don't even need the key. Oh, that's so easy. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, there's a bunch of blue dragons down here. Now I know. There's only 3 of them though. But maybe there'll be more. Black demons. On that melee. Slap the cannon down. And pick up the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We had 25 agility. Didn't really need. It is what it is. Alright. Take the water. And he said to them, so Mark chapter 9. And he said to them, truly I say to you, there are some understanding here who will not taste death until they see the kingdom of God after it is come with power. And he said to them, truly I say to you, there are some understanding here. There are some standing here. There are some standing here who will not taste death until they see the kingdom of God after it is come with power. Transfiguration, the transfiguration. And after 6 days Jesus took with him Peter and James and John, and led them up a high mountain by themselves. And he was transfigured before them, and his clothes became radiant, intensely white. And after 6 days Jesus took with him Peter and James and John. Peter, James, and John. I don't know why. I don't know why they do that, but if that's how it's supposed to be, that's how it's supposed to be. If that's how it's, I'm gonna read it how it is. So, and after 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John, and led them up a high mountain by themselves, and he was transfigured before them, and his clothes became radiant, intensely white, as no one. Why is that also? I apologize. I really do. Again, I'm not. The books. I would have to take this to AI. What is this? What are they trying to show me here? The first definition. Is that what it would be? Because one has one. Like if they're making a. Like if I'm at a chemistry set and I haven't actually been to chemistry yet. Alrighty here. As no one on earth could bleach them, so they were extremely white. And there appeared to them Elijah with Moses, and they were talking with Jesus. And Peter said to Jesus, Rabbi, it is good that we are here. Let us make 3 tents, one for you, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah. For he did not know what to say, for they were terrified. And a cloud overshadowed them, and a voice came out of the cloud, This is my beloved Son, listen to him. And suddenly, looking around, they no longer saw anyone with them, but Jesus only. And as they were coming down the mountain, that's a lot, to talk about. I'm just gonna, just read this and have my own mind and story, and when I talk back about this, I'll have read it and recorded it. You know what I'm saying? But at least, it's a good thing I'm at least opening the book and reading it. So as they were coming down, that was actually probably the start of official chapter 9, by the way. This right here, the transfiguration. Is that how that normally works, or how does that work? I don't know. I know I got bit a lot on my foot. So we're only gonna stay out here for a little bit longer. I'm already scratching, itching, wanting to go inside. Alright. I should probably do this to this one too. That one's red. If that even helps, I don't know. Boom, there's the proof I did it. Boom, there's the proof I did it. Like, it might be late to the party. Ooh, better late than never. No, I'm serious, that burns. Alright. As they were coming down the mountain, he charged them to tell no one what they had seen until the Son of Man has risen from the dead. So they kept the matter to themselves, questioning what his rising from the dead might mean. And they asked him, Why do the scribes say that first Elijah must come? And he said to them, Elijah does come first to restore all things. And how it is written of the Son of Man that he should suffer many things and be treated with contempt. But I tell you that Elijah has come, and they did to him whatever they pleased, as it is written of him. Alright, chapter 9, Jesus heals a boy with an unclean spirit. That was a lot in that, the transfiguration. A lot to know. foreshadowing. Alright, Jesus heals a boy with an unclean spirit. And when they came to the disciples, they saw a great crowd around them, and scribes arguing with them. And immediately all the crowd, when they saw him, were greatly amazed, and ran up to him and greeted him. And he asked them, "What are you arguing about with them?" And someone from the crowd answered him, "Teacher, I brought my son to you, for he has a spirit that makes him mute. And whenever it seizes him, it throws him down, and he foams and grinds his teeth and becomes rigid. So I asked your disciples to cast it out, and they were not able." And he answered them, "O faithless generation, how long am I to be with you? How long am I to bear with you? Bring him to me." And they brought the boy to him. And when the spirit saw him, immediately it convulsed the boy, and he fell on the ground and rolled about, foaming at the mouth. And Jesus asked his father, "How long has this been happening to him?" And he said, "From childhood. And it has often cast him into fire and into water to destroy him. But if you can do anything, have a compassion on us and help us." And Jesus said to him, "If you can, all things are possible for one who believes." Immediately the father of the child cried out and said, "I believe, I help, or I help my unbelief." And when Jesus saw that a crowd came running together, he rebuked the unclean spirit, saying to it, "You mute and deaf spirit, I command you, come out of him and never enter him again." And after crying out and convulsing him terribly, it came out, and the boy was like a corpse, so that most of them said, "He is dead." But Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he had entered the house, his disciples asked him privately, "Why could we not cast it out?" And he said to them, "This kind cannot be driven out by anything but prayer." Jesus again foretells death, resurrection. This is verse 30 here. Mark chapter 9, verse 30. They went on from there and passed through Galilee. And he did not want anyone to know. For he was teaching his disciples, saying to them, "The Son of Man is going to be delivered into the hands of men, and they will kill him. And when he is killed, after 3 days he will rise." But they did not understand the saying, and were afraid to ask him. Who is the greatest? 33, verse 33. Mark chapter 9, verse 33. And they came to Capernaum, and when he was in the house, he asked them, "What were you discussing on the way?" But they kept silent, for on the way they had argued with one another about who was the greatest. And he sat down and called the 12, and he said to them, "If anyone would be first, he must be last of all and servant of all." If anyone would be first, he must be last of all and servant of all. And he took a child and put him in the midst of them, and taking him in his arms, he said to them, "Whoever receives one such child in my name receives me, and whoever receives me receives not me, but him who sent me. Whoever receives one such child in my name receives me, and whoever receives me receives not me, but him who sent me." That was a lot in that one. That was interesting. I guess as people come back, and they're always coming back, and they come back. How many times can we regress and come back? Unless you just read it one time and you remember stuff like that. It is an interesting story to remember. I'm already remembering. Mark is a good. I don't know. It's a good place to start. I don't know. I think it was a good suggestion. Reading it like Star Wars, it would take me a long time to get to Mark. It would take me a long, long time. But again, I don't know what the others are like too. They could be a lot like Mark. Who knows? We'll see once, as the understanding progresses. So anyone not against us is for us. John said, and this is again Mark chapter 9, not anyone against us is for us. Verse 38, John said to him, "Teacher, we saw someone casting out demons in your name, and we tried to stop him because he was not following us." But Jesus said, "Do not stop him, for no one who does a mighty work in my name will be able soon afterward to speak evil of me." That was a mouthful. Let me read that again. But Jesus said, "Do not stop him, for no one who does a mighty work in my name will be able soon afterward to speak evil of me. For the one who is not against us is for us." "For truly I say to you, whoever gives you a cup of water to drink because you belong to Christ will by no means lose his reward. Whoever gives you a cup of... So, for truly I say to you, whoever gives you a cup of water to drink because you belong to Christ will by no means lose his reward." Hold on. Oh, I apologize. Temptations to sin. I almost skipped right over that and started reading the next page. Is verse 42. I have to prop. Oh, I do need to prop up my prayer. Pop some potions up. Temptations to sin, verse 42, Mark chapter 9. Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a great milestone were hung around his neck. Milestone. Millstone. I apologize. God bless. I apologize. Whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be better for him if a great millstone were hung around his neck and he were thrown into the sea. And if your hand causes you to sin, cut it off. It is better for you to enter life crippled than with two hands to go to hell. To the unquenchable fire. And if your foot causes you to sin, cut it off. It is better for you to enter life lame than with 2 feet to be thrown into hell. And if your eye causes you to sin, tear it out. It is better for you to enter the kingdom of God with one eye than 2 eyes to be thrown into hell. Where their worm does not die, and the fire is not quenched. For everyone will be salted with fire. Salt is good, but if the salt has lost its saltiness, how will you make it salty again? Alright, that's a lot to be reading. Have salt in yourselves and be at peace with one another. Now that last saying, that strikes and makes sense again. Teaching about divorce, should we even mention it? I guess mentioning it, we kind of have to lay it down, right? We got about 30 minutes, we can do this. I think so. Alright, Mark chapter 10, teaching about divorce. Oh, it doesn't even tell us what verse this is? Oh, it starts over. Is that how that goes? 50 is the last one, then it starts over? Let's see. 50 again. Wow, interesting. I don't know if that's a repeating theme, but that's the first time I caught on to that. Right at the chapter 10, huh? Numbers again. At first I was flipping, and now I got a good little base set up. All right. Let's go. And he left there and
went to the region of Judea and beyond the Jordan, and crowds gathered to him again, and again, as was his custom, he taught them. The little one. I mean, I think it got in between too. Wow. I got to really tuck. I mean, I guess I'm only really worried about like a few spots, you know. Let me really tuck. That ain't even funny. All right. And he left there and went to the region of Judea and beyond the Jordan, and crowds gathered to him, and again, as was his custom, he taught them. And Pharisees came, you know, I wanted to, because the way I read it first, it was like, heat warning, by the way, potentially if the heat, you know, if it stops the recording, then it was the heat, it got too hot. And so just a precautionary warning. Pop more stuff. We're running out of prayer pots, and we have 53 to go. And Pharisees came up, and in order to test him, asked, "Is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife?" He answered them, "What did Moses command you?" They said, "Moses allowed a man to write a certificate of divorce and to send her away." And Jesus said to them, "Because of your hardness of heart, he wrote you this commandment. But from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh." Therefore, a man, that's a lot. He answered them, and Pharisees came up, "Oh, is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife?" The Pharisees asking Jesus. And honestly, Jesus talked as if you know, he was like like policing the law, if that makes sense. Which is an interesting thing to do in today's, you know, sort of thing. Not to bring it up so like sovereign citizen, if that makes sense. But like putting the question right back in their shoes, just to like make that jump of a conversation, jump of a gap. When information is so tight and time is always squeezed. You know, sort of have to probe at the conversation, but you know, if no light bulbs are popping, then you know, it's like a waste of energy. So Jesus answered them, "What did Moses command you?" They said, "Moses allowed a man to write a certificate of divorce and to send her away." And Jesus said to them, "Because of your hardness of heart, he wrote you this commandment. But from the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. So they are no longer two, but one flesh. What therefore God has joined together, let not man separate. And in the house, the disciples asked him again about this matter. And he said to them, whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery against her. So, and he said to them, the Pharisees, Jesus saying this to the Pharisees, right? Whoever divorces his wife and marries another commits adultery against her. And if she divorces her husband and marries another, she commits adultery. Let the children come to me. In chapter 10, verse 13. And they were bringing children to him that he might touch them. And they were bringing children to him that he might touch them. And the disciples rebuked them. One second, I gotta re-prayer pot up. I picked up the cannon for some reason. I should have just left that there, but it is what it is. But when Jesus saw it, he was indignant and said to them, let the children come to me. Do not hinder them, for to such belongs to the kingdom of God. Truly I say to you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God like a child shall not enter it. Truly I say to you, whoever does not receive the kingdom of God like a child shall not enter it. And he took them in his arms and blessed them, laying his hands on them. Right. The rich young man. And as he was setting out on his journey, a man ran up and knelt before him and asked him, good teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life? Did we just level? Okay. We are level 76 Slayer though. And Jesus said to him, "Why do you call me good? No one is good except God alone. You know the commandments: do not murder, do not commit adultery, do not steal, do not bear false witness, do not defraud, honor your father and mother." And he said to him, "Teacher, all these I have kept from my youth." And Jesus, looking at him, loved him, and said to him, "You lack one thing. Go, sell all that you have and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. And come, follow me." Disheartened by the saying, he went away sorrowful, and for he had great possessions. And Jesus looked around and said to his disciples, "How difficult it will be for those who have wealth to enter the kingdom of God." And the disciples were amazed at his words. But Jesus said to them again, "Children, how difficult it is to enter the kingdom of God. It is easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God." And they were exceedingly astonished, and said to him, "Then who can be saved?" Jesus looked at them and said, "With man it is possible, but not with God. For all things are possible with God." Or for man, with man it is impossible. I apologize. With man it is impossible. Did I say impossible first? Because I know when I said it, it didn't make sense. With man it is impossible, but with God it is not. For all things are possible with God. Peter began to say to him, "See, we have left everything and followed you." Jesus said, "Truly I say to you, there is no one who has left house, or brothers, or sisters, or mother, or father, or children, or lands, for my sake and for the gospel, who will not receive 100-fold now in this time, houses and brothers and sisters and mothers and children and lands, with persecutions, and in the age to come eternal life. But with many who are first will be last, and the last first." Jesus foretells his death a third time. And they were on the road going up to Jerusalem, and Jesus was walking ahead. And they were on the road going up to Jerusalem, and Jesus was walking ahead of them, and they were amazed. And those who followed were afraid. And taking the 12 again, he began to apologize. Whoops. Apologize again. He began to tell them what was going to happen to him, saying, "See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and the scribes, and they will condemn him to death and deliver him over to the Gentiles. And they will mock him and spit on him and flog him and kill him. And after 3 days he will rise." Right, the request of James and John. And James and John and the sons of Zebedee came up to him and said to him, "Teacher, we want you to do for us whatever we ask of you." And he said to them, "What do you want me to do for you?" And they said to him, "Grant us to sit, one at your right hand and one at your left in your glory." Jesus said to them, "You do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I drink, or to be baptized with the baptism with such, or with which I am baptized?" And they said to him, "We are able." And Jesus said to them, The cup that I drink you will drink, and with the baptism with which I am baptized you will be baptized. But to sit at my right or at my left is not mine to grant, but it is for those whom it has been prepared. And when the 10 heard it, they began to be indignant at James and John. And Jesus called them to him and said to them, You know that those who are considered rulers of the Gentiles lord it over You know that those who are considered rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. But it shall not be so among you. But whoever would be great among you must be your servant. And whoever would be first among you must be slave of all. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Jesus heals blind Bartimaeus. And they came to Jericho. And as he was leaving Jericho with his disciples and a great crowd, Bartimaeus, a blind beggar, the son of Timaeus, was sitting by the roadside. And when he heard that it was Jesus of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." And many rebuked him, telling him to be silent. But he cried out all the more, "Son of David, have mercy on me." And Jesus stopped and said, "Call him." And they called the blind man, saying to him, "Take heart, get up, he is calling you." And throwing off his cloak, he sprang up and came to Jesus. And Jesus said to him, "What do you want me to do for you?" And the blind man said to him, "Rabbi, let me recover my sight." And Jesus said to him, "Go your way, your faith has made you well." And immediately he recovered his sight and followed him on the way. That was basically the ending here. Not basically, we're on to chapter 11. Just put this in here for now. Put this up. It's getting hot outside. I know that. These black demons make a decent little chunk of gold. Oh, the ashes though? Golly. I didn't realize so much gold from the ashes. I mean, it makes sense. Alright, we're done here though. We're picking this cannon up and we're leaving. I mean, I didn't do too much in the video, and I keep touching the lid of my hat with this. But it's okay, there's nothing, I mean, if you look at it, can you see it? I think maybe you see the juice, maybe. There's a huge reflection. Huge reflection, I can't even see. The tablet already shut off. Rip.